Oh man, Bitcoin absolutely unstoppable here, breaking through $27,300 ahead of a critical week where we have the much anticipated FOMC meeting. Where are we heading? What is the price action telling us? What are the liquidations telling us? I'm going to analyze that and a lot more here. You can see here, guys, just a few hours ago, we started the movement here. These are hourly candlesticks you're looking at, and Bitcoin is just loaded up 6 positive hours in a row here, punching through resistance and now moving up towards some important levels. I'm going to break them down and what you need to watch out for. Make sure you smash up likes. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel where you can find all the other content which I post. Definitely not going to want to miss all that content over there. I'll leave the link in the description. Now, what I want to start off with here is the 4-hourly chart. And on the 4-hourly chart, straight away, you will see that the initial peak we had on the 29th of August got rejected around this level. The candle closes at around that 27.8. That is the level I'm looking for us to break and close above this peak. If we can do so, this movement is going to be powerful, guys, because remember, we were at around this level. We were at 29.5-ish level, meandering along before, boom, fell all the way to the downside on the 17th of August. So it's important that we can break past this level. Now, the positive news is we've broken through the first level, right? The first candle body closes at this kind of 26.8 level range. We've broken through, so that's brilliant. Now we got to break past this level. If I show you the EMA ribbon, you'll see something very, very interesting going on. We had our move here to the upside. We consolidated into the EMA ribbon, and then we got a nice volume bounce. Let's bring out the volume candles. You can see this big volume candlestick here is the main candlestick here, moving us up 1.84% on Bitcoin in just 4 hours. Nice move to the upside here. But again, we've got a cluster of resistance which we need to watch out for. We're holding our EMA ribbon nicely, but now I'm going to switch up to the higher time frame, which is where I'm really excited. If you guys watched my video from yesterday, I said, guys, this move is okay, but it's only good if we close our daily candle above the EMA ribbon. I said 27.2. We're already at 27.3. If we can close where we're at now today, what a great candlestick, breaking through the resistance of the daily EMA ribbon. And this is a real powerful move. Now, what's the difference between this candlestick and this candlestick? This candlestick never left the EMA ribbon. Look at the wick, right? We were wicking briefly above it, but we closed straight back into the EMA ribbon. We didn't get that close above. If the same happens today, we're no different to this candlestick, then I'm bearish because tomorrow could open up red and then you can have another red thereafter, collapsing us all the way back down violently to 25. So we can't rule out 25. I know that sounds crazy, but there's a lot of leverage in the system. You need to be very, very careful. We're going to come on to that shortly. But for now, where we're posted right now, when you're seeing the hourly candles pumping to the upside, it's looking nice. We're well above our EMA ribbon. We need the daily close above there, guys. We really, really do. If I then switch things up to the weekly, you start to see something even more exciting. Yes, believe it or not, even more exciting. And this shows you how quickly the fortune can change. We had 4 negative weeks here in a row. Crazy negative weeks. Although, what did I share at the time? I said, guys, look at these 3 candlesticks. They're all doji candles. And if you walk through our TA course, ijaz.uk/TA, you will know that doji candles signal indecision in the market. It shows that the bears are trying to push the price down and they can't go any further. It shows that the bulls are trying to push the price higher, but they cannot go. They're at stalemate. It's like an arm wrestle stuck in the middle here. And that is exactly where you've seen that the last week, the bulls came in and said, we're going to win this arm wrestle. We're going to take advantage. And they've really started to turn the tide back in the bulls' favor. And they've then managed to reaffirm that this week by starting off the week very, very powerfully. So powerfully, in fact, that if you zoom in here, you can already see on our weekly candle, we're above our weekly EMA ribbon. So just like I said on the daily chart, if we can close the week at this level, which is all the way at next Sunday, I know ages to go, I'm going to come on to that shortly, then we reclaim our weekly EMA ribbon. And that would be a major coup considering here, when we were wicking on this candle to as low as 25.3 down here and 24.8 on this candle down here. Things were scary, right? We were looking at 25, we were looking at lower price points. But right now, it's a nice bounce. And this is positive. It's a positive step. That being said, this week has a lot of volatility coming up, and it all culminates on Wednesday, where Jerome Powell either decide to rug the markets or give us what the markets are expecting, in that the markets are expecting a pause in raising interest rates. Okay, so if we get a pause, markets are going to be okay. Don't expect some crazy green in the market. No, because they've already priced it in. In order for the markets to get green, Jerome Powell would have to come out, do the pause as they expect, but also talk, positively in a dovish manner. Say, look, we got things under control. We're doing really well. We could be getting a rate cut at some point next year. Say things like that, or at a sufficiently tight enough level if he says something like that. But the downside is that Jerome Powell could come out with a surprise rate hike of 25 basis points and really plummet the market. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. The majority of the market does not think that's going to happen. That is why it would be deemed a rug pull if he did do it, right? It would really rug pull the market. We can get some crazy pain. What I think is the more sensible situation, which is most likely the situation that will happen, is we will get that pause. But we're going to get Jerome Powell coming out with hawkish tonality. He's going to come out hawkish to keep the market in its box, to keep the market jawboned, which basically means that he wants the market to tighten and do his dirty work for him. If he can scare the markets into tightening financial conditions, into taking some risk off and putting them into safer plays, that will reduce inflation for him. It will have the equal effect of a 10 basis points, 15 basis points, 20 basis points rate hike, right? But he can do it through using his words. And he's done that a lot throughout this rate hiking cycle. And maybe that's another tactic he'll be using on Wednesday. Either way, we'll be covering it off together. Make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. This is the only crypto channel giving you the real stuff, guys. Not just waffling and giving you moon bets and talking about 1000x here and 1000x here. No, the real stuff. Talking about CPI, talking about rate hikes, talking about liquidations, and the real stuff that's moving this market. And speaking of liquidations, we can see here on the heat map, this is what you want to be monitoring right now. Currently with the price sitting here at that 27.23 range, 27.3, you can see here we start moving into areas where we can start to liquidate a bunch of shorts. And you can see here at the different levels here, as we get to 27.5, if I just put my cursor on 27.5 range, about 100 million are going to be wrecked in terms of people with leverage, okay? As you move up, if Bitcoin can start moving its way to the much wanted 28,000 level mark, then you getting 160 million of leverage wrecked in the system. These are people who are still shorting the Bitcoin price, who are now getting short squeezed. And that's what creates this big pump in price. But don't ignore the other side of the equation, guys, because obviously whenever the Bitcoin price is pumping, like we've just been watching here on these hourly candlesticks, it's easy to just look at the upside and say, oh, this is crazy, loads of upside. But remember, there's a bunch of people with leverage longs that are causing that pump, and they can easily be wigged to the other side. If the price now swings back to 26.8, a bunch of people are going to be liquidated, right? So you can start to see here, if this price action was to fall all the way to 26, right, back down to 26, that's $360 million worth of liquidations that would get wrecked. So you can see just by looking at this graph here, there is more asymmetry in terms of longs in the market than there are in terms of leverage shorts in the market, because they're getting squeezed out already. So what happens is you get these volatile scam wicks which move you to the upside, liquidate the shorts moving to the upside, and then go all the way back down and liquidate all the longs. So the only people that win is the market makers or those manipulating those trades. So be very, very careful here. But long story short, nice price movement here in the action. Important to notice that it's only Bitcoin that's really leading this move, right? Bitcoin dominance is climbing today along with Bitcoin's move. So nice big move here over the last 2 days here on Bitcoin dominance. Again, highlighting the fact that Bitcoin is leading this market now. Altcoins can't really catch a break. Altcoins were taking really hard knocks to the downside, and then when Bitcoin's pumping 3% like it is today, altcoins are barely moving, relatively speaking, right? You got Ethereum moving less than Bitcoin, Phantom moving less than Bitcoin. Certain coins like Cardano moving about the same pace in Bitcoin as is Matic. It's not what you expect, right? Normally in a bull market, if Bitcoin's moving 3-4%, you expect altcoins to be moving 7, 8, 9, 10% depending on the market cap of the coin. So it is a Bitcoin-led move primarily here. And you guys know I've shared that there is still quite a big move that Bitcoin dominance can take, right? Bitcoin dominance could definitely see itself working up to much higher levels, up towards the first horizontal line I've got drawn there. When we drew this arrow months and months ago, working its way up to 59%. That's definitely possible. 52% being the first line, and then 59% being this second horizontal line here. So dominance could take more of a leg up, and we could see more pain here for altcoins before things start to get a little bit easier. For me, I'm still sitting back, being patient, enjoying the pump. You guys know I'm fully in the market. But that being said, I still got my 10 to 12% cash that if we do get that rotation back to the downside, if we do struggle, I'll be ready to buy the dip. Now, the other thing I need you guys to be very, very aware of, this bounce is very nice. It looks nice, right? But like I shared yesterday, unless this bounce goes really high and past these two peaks, which I labeled here, this peak and this peak, unless we get past those peaks at 32,000 range where we got rejected, this is worrying, right? Because what could happen is we could just go here, retest, and then fall to the downside. So any of this move here, don't get too excited until we get past 32. Getting past 32 is a major coup. We got rejected twice from that level. level, and that is why we're worried about this M pattern, right? We've nullified that M pattern, which is brilliant. We've managed to bounce from here, but it doesn't mean that we can't curl over and then head back to the downside. Okay, so good move. Reclaim our daily EMA ribbon if we can close at this level. Still a lot of work to do here today. We can close the weekly EMA ribbon above as well. Still, again, a long week to go with the FOMC meeting and all the things I've just covered. But it's a good step, and it's a nice step to see Bitcoin pumping here. Let me know how you think feeling in this market, guys, after so many painful moves to the downside. How do you feel getting a glimpse of what the pump could feel like in a bull market? If you appreciate this type of content, smash all the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Go watch this video on the second channel here, and I'll see you in the next one.